Hello everyone and welcome to PolyNerdic Plays What Remains of Edith Finch. This is an interesting story narrative based game. I took a quick look at the beginning of it a minute ago, decided it was worth streaming. So let's just get into it. I'm probably going to be pretty quiet during this stream because it is a narrative game. So don't be surprised if I have the mic muted while we play and just enjoy the game. We're going to do the hour by hour breakdown. Probably only going to be 2 episodes long, so just enjoy the ride with me. Let's get into it.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
Gotta say, there's some good looking forest right here.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms. Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately. I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
I gotta say, I really like what they do with the subtitles. Like that. That was pretty cool.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought the mystery would be enough to bring me back. No one had driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints. The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to. The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it. The house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words. Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house. I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't. Looking in, I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me.
At this point, this is a very well rendered game. Like, I saw a couple little bits of draw in, but otherwise, it's something. Other than the weirdness of the house, I wouldn't mind living there.
The house felt like it had always been here. Even the swing set was older than my mother. Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
The tennis ball thing amuses me because I've only seen like 3 people do that in my entire life. I had a pool like that when I was a kid.
The power had been turned off the night we left. For the first time in years, I felt like I was home. The table was still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
Already want to know what happened. A lot of books in this house. Wait, is this the same stack rendered twice? Looks like it. They like books.
Instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
A Viking's Belly, Witch's Kitchen, Nordic Cookbook. Man, they really like that flour, salt, water, yeast book.
After Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got pretty sick of salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
Yeah, that's a lot of salmon.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth. Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
Edie being the wheelchair-bound one, according to the wheelchair in there. Necronomicon. Some Lovecraftian stuff going on here.
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
I can spin it backwards to do anything? Nope.
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
He built that, huh?
A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night.
What the hell happened? That you left shit behind?
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive. Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
So they're book people. Jabberwocky.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie holes. I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up.
What the hell? The Finches.
Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him. Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets.
Whoa.
Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Look at that in a second.
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
So many books.
Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
Edie's father, Odin, built the original house.
Odin, that's a great name.
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
So far we know there's a secret passage and some rooms I can't get into.
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of. My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
Holy shit. 11. 1 year. Do these people not live long? Barbara got 16 years. $10. They all died as children? Yeah, but on his door? No, he doesn't. Alright, secret passage it is.
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan, but I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
Creepy masks.
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
Call the Wild. Interesting.
Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
kind of creepy. I don't know why. Certainly is. All right. There it is.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat. The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
Gross.
Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
But she's hungry, kid, man.
My Halloween candy was all gone. I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
Thank God, because that was going to be disgusting.
I ate a lot of things that night.
Those look fake. Don't. No. Okay.
I kept eating and eating.
Oh. Gross. Seems strange.
Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat.
Okay.
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared. Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
What the hell's going on here? I'm following the bird, obviously.
I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
tried. This is weird. This is not what I expected this game to do. I got you, buddy.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger. A mama rabbit. She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
What the hell? What the hell?
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever. I wanted fat, juicy seals. I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
I'm spellbound by this. Like, I don't know what to make of this at all.
I grabbed on tight. When I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed. Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
Does this kid have like a super active imagination?
I was big, but I moved real quiet.
What the hell am I playing?
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
Eating people, man.
passenger, I was still hungry. And across the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it.
What am I playing?
I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
Oh shit, I just came out of the shitter.
I got closer and closer.
What?
All of my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to be, and we both know I will be delicious.
What the hell?
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have. I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here before my mom sealed the doors.
I don't know what I just watched. Or what I just played. That was weird.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories.
Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly.
I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room.
Man, I don't...
Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. Waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea.
Hold on just a second.
Odin's daughter
Sorry
Edie,
about that.
with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house. Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Interesting.
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
It's a better story that way.
One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity. Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious.
Well, let me in the basement. That makes sense.
I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time. Even in her 90s. Sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife, Kay, left on the house was the pink bathroom.
Say that carpet's something else.
It was a pretty big trace. There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Jeez. Another crawl space.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
There we go. There's a mirror. Mirror shot. There's that swing set.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him.
2 command center. Command center's up there. That's kind of cool. Let's explore in here first. I don't think we're supposed to find that just yet. Nope. We're not going under there again. Alright, going upstairs to the command center.
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it.
Broken foot.
My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't.
It's pretty fun that you get to do this yourself.
I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Oh wow.
Maybe if the wind
A
hadn't
hell of a
picked
view.
up.
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
Then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind.
Oh shoot, shoot, shoot.
That's what I want to remember about my brother.
In the rhythm. Oh, we went all the way around.
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Interesting. So that's how he died? He catapulted himself into the ocean?
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Well, that would suck to be
Mom
that.
said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Yes, poor kid had to live over here. God, how awful would that be to lay here at night and look across the way at your dead brother's bed?
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
Apparently she did too. No, 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 no. Stop it.
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Oh, diner waitress outfit.
A Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly fired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it the surprise ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up, a has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe.
Interesting.
I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box.
How'd the key get back in it?
And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
It's like music from Halloween.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
It is the music from Halloween. Or pretty damn close. Yeah, screw your stuff. Bloody handprint. Oh, got it in. Oh boy. Go in. Hey, whoa, I didn't expect a trophy for that.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman Killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Well, that's cheesy as hell. I like this comic book art style they're going with, though.
Finch rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Oh dear.
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared.
And her response was, "Oh dear."
I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you're...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Knock stuff around. I'm not sure what's hittable, so I'm hitting everything. That was good.
Walter, are you there?
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police described the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing.
Where's the brother?
Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
That night, she played her part beautifully. She thought about abandoning Walter, but just couldn't do it. Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Of course he's gone.
Had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom, but unfortunately, unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
All right.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Forgot I gotta close the book myself. Alright, so I guess I have to go this way.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Gonna go do it right now, though. Yep, it is a key.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
A lot of nails and whatnot.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages. I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
Huh.
I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories,
Bomb shelter?
I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Walter lived a good long life. That didn't happen often in this family.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. If you wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly. And then one day, everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can. I know it's out there somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara and Molly and Calvin.
Trash pit, I guess.
Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it.
How far this way can I walk? Not very. The rumbling was a train. He's convinced it's a monster.
I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left. Or a month. Or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Walter was killed by a train.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.